Well, we welcome Nick Herbison into the studio, into the Breeze studio here at Mediaworks today. Nick, welcome.
Hey.
Well-known artist for music that can be felt, that has some heart and soul. Would I be right?
Yeah, that's great. That's a really good way of putting it.
Look, let's go back to the start. You've got a lot to talk about, right? But let's go right back to the start because I find this fascinating. When did you first find a passion or a love for music?
Yeah, first begun for me, I think, just jamming with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, it all started at gatherings we had with my mum's side of the family. Shout out to Uncle Kim and Uncle Grant and Cousin Michael. We all had guitars and we were all playing guitars, we were all singing. And my nana was just like my nana Jan, she was a huge facilitator of those jam sessions, and she'd sort of like get to the point of the night where she was like, right guys, guitar time. And so that's what we'd do. We'd just get the guitars out, we'd start singing, playing the songs. There's a lot of like Cat Stevens and Sweet Home Alabama was one of those songs that like I learned pretty early on. And my Uncle Grant was like a great songwriter. He had like a real knack for it. It was really funny stuff actually. Like he would write a lot of comedy kind of songs, like he would take songs and sort of do his own renditions of them,
like a parody sort of thing.
Yeah, like there's a song called like Lawnmower Petrol, which was like a song about his three sons stealing his lawnmower petrol.
Right.
To fuel their like skylines and.
So that must have built confidence and being able to like perform in front of others is a huge part.
It was massive. Yeah, just like being able to play in front of them. I remember being really nervous back then as well. Like it was always a scary point of the barbecue of like, oh my God, Nana wants songs now. It's like time to play what I've been playing.
Well, thank goodness Nana wanted songs.
Yeah,
because
totally.
Look where it ended up.
Yeah. Oh, massive shout out to her. Yeah. She's passed on now, but yeah, she had a twin sister and two older sisters, and they were like a quartet. They did like the barbershop kind of singing back in their day. And
fantastic.
So yeah, there's always been music there, and so from an early age, like I had that exposure.
Yeah.
And I think that really planted a seed. And it wasn't until like later in university, I did like music class like somewhat through high school. I actually ended up dropping it in year 13, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, rekindled the love for it again through university and realized that it's just like really what I need to be feeling fulfilled in life and to be writing songs.
When did you find out that you could actually write a song? Because it's one thing to be a musician, it's another thing to write a song.
Yeah, that was also quite young. I think I would have been about probably 11, 12, 13. I've definitely got songs that I've found from way back then in little books and stuff like that. And I think there was one song that cracks me up. It's like just a full-on summertime kind of like a New Zealand kind of song, like lyrics about Pahutakawa trees and jandals and like barbecues on the beach and just all that like real classic sort of like Kiwiana.
Have you ever found one of those old ones and actually recorded it later in life?
Nah, nothing I've found that I've been like, all right, that's the song.
Okay. Because that would make a great story.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So what was the first song you released?
My first song I ever released was it was a EP, a 3-song EP done with another Hawke's Bay artist who's living in Australia now called Finn Roberts.
Oh, yes.
And that was an EP called Fulfillment Over Satisfaction, and it had songs Mum Weekends, No Addiction, and Change on it. And so that was my first body of music.
That was the first stuff that got out there for the public to listen to.
It went straight onto streaming. I remember it was like a big goal at the time. I was like, I want this to be good enough to want to upload to Spotify.
Now, was that hard, like to make it good enough in your point of view? Because I know you can be very judgmental of your own work, so totally. As all artists can, getting it good enough to put online.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I remember it being like a big thing on my head. It was like, this has to be good. You know, like I just don't want to mess around. And I was in great hands because Finn Roberts is an amazing producer. And he's still producing his own stuff to this day. And it's at a very high caliber. And back then he was doing it. This was like a friend that I had back in year 9. We sort of rekindled again after being friends like way back when we were toddlers through family. But he was even producing back in that day. So I was kind of around him, seeing how he was doing it and the level of music he was making himself from his home studio. So at that time, it was my first year like in university, and I was like, dude, do you want to make some music with me? And he was just kind enough to want to do it, and so that's what we did.
Great.
Like, it is his house in Surrey Street in Taradale.
Yeah.
And,
I know exactly where he lives.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, and he's a great musician in his own right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
So that was the first body of music I released.
Brilliant. You've just done a full-length tour of the country.
Yes. Yeah.
How was that?
It was awesome. It was really cool. It was like a special time of life for me, and I'm still coming off it. I think I've been about 3.5 weeks off that tour now.
Right.
Yeah, it was over the whole of September. It started up in Whitianga and on the 3rd of September, and we sort of made our way through the North Island, down south, and we got as far as Invercargill, and then we made our way back up again. So it was a lot of driving. It was a real big test of the mental in that way, for sure.
Betcha,
Just having to play shows, and most of the time, you know, you sort of load in around like 3 o'clock on a night that you're playing, and then set up, sound check, everything, and then most of the time you're out of there by like 12 o'clock, like when it's all said and done. And then if you've got a gig the next morning or the next day, you just pack up and you drive, really. And,
wow.
And so that was pretty interesting. And I did it completely solo too, so I was opening for a guy called Sean Kirk, who's also a solo artist, so it worked well to have a solo opener. But yeah, that also just meant that you're just completely on your own devices, and so it was a massive test, but it was such a good lesson, and I've learned like so many things since then, and it's cool to have that to sort of keep moving forward with now, and so much inspiration there to go off.
Touring, how many venues were there?
I think 17.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was sort of at least 4 shows a week. So yeah, and that's by far the biggest test I've ever had as a musician, and I knew that going into it, so it was kind of a big jump too, because I hadn't even really done like I guess 5 shows like in 1 week, let alone like 17 over 3.5. So I was like,
incredible. And that sounds like it might have got on your blood a little bit. Is that something you'd like to do again?
For sure. I think I'll slowly work my way to that point of like booking something that big for myself. I don't know if it's exactly how I'd want to do it myself, and I think that's the beauty of music, is everyone's got their own way of doing it, and with the capacity that they can work within. But it's definitely like felt right for me. I really enjoyed being out there on the road, seeing like natural landscapes. That we have so much beautiful things to see in New Zealand just on the road, and also just the people, the community. Every place we went to, there was someone to meet, and it was pretty special to like reflect on those conversations I was having night in, night out. It's easy to like sort of forget too, but there's little things that stick with you, and it's usually the people that you meet. And
we live in an amazing country, don't we?
Oh yeah, we do indeed.
Full of interesting people.
Very interesting people. Yeah, and people with a lot of love for, I think, their backyard and what, you know, just the people that they have here and the places that they're proud of representing.
Totally.
So,
Now you've also just finished a 10-track album.
Yeah, I have.
And you've produced it yourself.
I did.
How was that?
Oh, it was big, man. That was a big time of life for me. I started producing that in October last year, and I got a really decent microphone, which kind of pushed me to be like, sweet, time to start recording this thing myself. We pretty much just pushed on. I recorded drums and bass with some friends, Hugh McKendry on the drums and Wills Vandermint on the bass.
Okay.
We managed to live track some stuff together in a room to sort of just get the bass line of just drums, bass, and rhythm guitar and vocals. And I sort of layered on top of that for those songs. And then there were other songs where I could do them completely in my room, just based on recording guitar and vocals and a couple percussive elements and things like that. And then also some of the production was done with the guy that mixed my album, which was Sam Johnson, and Rhythm Ace Studios over in Taranaki. So there was a lot of work to be done at home. In my home studio, which is also just my room.
Which is also just my room.
And a kitchen.
Good.
But yeah, no, it's really, it sort of fits the purpose well for what I need to get out of my music anyway.
And you're obviously happy with the way it sounds.
I am happy with the way it sounds. I'm a big believer in just like, as long as the idea is being translated through the song and you can feel the music, I think you've achieved your goal. Like,
yeah, good.
I think there's definitely like a whole bunch of benefits to having like world-class recording studios, and really like honing on the production. Could have taken those songs, I know, to like another level.
Sure.
But yeah, I think in today's world with like money available to upcoming artists and things like that, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to make it work.
Absolutely.
And if you're just trying to translate the idea and really get the message out there to someone and allow them to feel the music, then yeah, I would advocate for people trying to produce themselves if it means they can complete an album and save a bit of money.
And get it out there.
Totally.
Get people listening to it.
Yeah. And then if you mix it with a professional like I did with Sam over at Rhythm Ace, it can really just take what you've done at home to another level, because you've got professional eyes and ears and knowledge going into what you've already done yourself. And I was really happy with just how much the mix changed the songs that I'd done myself and produced in my room. And yeah, it really does change a lot. And then going on and mastering that as well professionally too can just take it to another level where you're like,
it's a game changer.
Yeah. You hear everything as well though once you go to that level too, because like proper mixing and mastering, you really everything's coming to the surface in terms of every little sound that the mic's got and all that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of lessons learned there.
Yeah, I bet you. What your room sounded like.
Totally. What my room sounded like what a maybe an old valve in the mic that I was using sounded like.
Yeah,
and
right.
just birds and it's all part of it.
Brilliant. It is part of it. You're right.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously, you plan on releasing this album.
Yep.
You're working towards that. What are your plans?
Yeah, so the plans there, I've got a single out already. It's called Little Bit by Bit, and that song has been out since September, so the start of that tour. I'm working on another single. Actually, just talked to Ollie, the distributor I'm working with, about that today. So that's coming in November, and then eventually a couple more singles next year, and then the full album in April.
Brilliant.
Seems to be the timeline so far. So, and also just working on getting video content around that too. I've been able to secure a bit of funding for a music video that I'm going to do with a local guy, Michael Farr. So we're going to get a little music video going for the reggae number on the album.
Nice.
So that'll be a bit of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, just playing shows and doing it as much to get myself out there and keep talking about the fact that there's an album out. And
you just got to keep going, don't you?
You do.
You do.
Yeah.
You mentioned a distribution company.
Yeah.
Who do you use? And do you use someone for PR as well?
So the distribution company is Someday Soon Records, which is a break-off from Tenfold Records. I believe they're sort of starting to refine the distribution company a bit more tailored on the genres that they're working with. But Someday Soon is the one that I'm going to be releasing this album with.
Okay.
And no, I don't use any PR companies.
Okay.
It's, I had to Google what that was when I was reading. I was like, what's a PR
What do they do?
Yeah, what do they do? I heard the word before. I was kind of like,
no, I don't need one of those.
Don't know what it is.
Fine. What about social media? Because that's a bit of a beast in itself.
Oh man, social media has got to this level nowadays where it's like if you're not doing social media, then it's almost like,
are you really an artist?
Yeah, that's right. You're kind of just floating off in the ether of hoping that people find you in other means. But yes, so I do social media. I've attempted it to the level that I can. I think is a really fine line with how much I do, because I notice how much it can affect my mind and change the way I think about both myself and my music. And so I'm cautious of how much I engage with both creating the social media and also taking it in and watching it and consuming it. So the social media for me is something that's really powerful, because it means you can get your video format plus your music straight to anyone in the world, which is great because it's another great thing about streaming as well. It's like anyone can listen to your stuff quite easily all around the world, and so it's a great way of growing your fan base. And so I've focused on making little reels and shorts where I can, little live versions. It's a great one for me as well. Just as a singer-songwriter, I can just grab my guitar, set up a camera, and sing a song, and then chuck it up on social media, and people can engage with it like straight away. So it's all pretty easy, and it's definitely something I want to work on more, though.
What about letting people into your personality on social media? Because that's different. You know, you're a singer-songwriter. You go, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So listen to that.
Totally.
But your personality and a little bit about yourself, what's that like, sort of showing that online?
Yeah, I find that one challenging.
Yeah, I bet you do.
That's easily the most challenging part of the social media world for me is how much of my personal life I want to show on there.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely happy sharing some of the things in terms of, you know, my what I've been doing on holidays, or you know, things I've been up to with my partner, or family things. I remember my older sister Maggie had a baby, and so I'm an uncle now, and that was something I was quite proud to share.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, look, there's definitely things where I want to show people these beautiful things that are happening in my life, and
there's other times where I'm not getting the camera out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest ones. It's like obviously for everyone. It's like when you're not actually feeling that good, you know, no one's sharing that.
No.
And it's and whether one day you could share that stuff, I don't know.
To think.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But for the most part, like I guess with my music, I try my best to share that side of myself for sure. A lot of my music can get quite heartfelt, and can sometimes find myself like delving into the shadows and trying to understand mental health things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in the music, I'm not shy of doing that, but I think it's a bit different on social media. Trying to, maybe it's like less. It feels less like art, but with the music, it's a bit more like you're transmuting that energy.
Totally.
Sharing that stuff willy-nilly on social media sometimes feels like a leak of energy or something like that, you know?
It's a real beast, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. What would one piece of advice be that you give to somebody if they're listening right now, they're watching right now, they're getting into the music scene, they've discovered a talent, they're you at 12, 13, writing songs. What would one piece of advice be that you could share?
Really listen to what you want to express. And obviously be inspired by other people, but really try and figure out this part of you that's saying or trying to lead you in a direction, and trust the intuition within yourself that it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's been some of the best advice that I've heard usually. I think I'm really just reiterating someone else's words there, but
sure.
I've heard a lot of times, and I really think it resonates really true with me as time's has gone on, and probably will continue to go on, just like following that voice within yourself to just really express the world the way that you want to express it. And
because you meet a lot of experts, don't you?
Yeah,
that
totally.
Always wanting to impart their advice, but you've got to find your own lane.
Yeah, and I think that's the most fulfilling side of trying to pursue anything. If you really get to the point where you can look back at what you've done and you see how much you listen to that inner voice to actually just do what you thought was the right thing to do, I think that's the thing that you'll just really feel like you can hold on to forever, you know, and be like, cool. I respected that part of me, and
brilliant.
You know, as long as you can be your own biggest fan, I think that's really just like one of the greatest things, if you can just really have that self-love and appreciation for what you're doing. It's everything seems to be a lot greater and happier that way.
That's some good advice. Before we round things off, what are your next steps? What are your next plans? Obviously, you're going to release your album. What else is on the cards?
Yeah, I suppose back into the writing studio now, and just it's kind of cool to like be finishing this album, and I just got back the full masters just this week, so now it really feels like that completion. And
great.
I mean, I've still got a ways to go with creating content and stuff, and working on the release of things, and practicing for gigs. I've been practicing with a band. I've got band practice tonight.
Oh, good.
So it's the first time I've been trying to really get a band together for the solo project for Nick Herbison music. So that's been really exciting. Working on that one for sure, and just continuing to keep living life to the best of my ability, really, and make the music happen, but also just keep lifing as well. It's important.
Keep lifing. Absolutely, keep lifing.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed you have, like all good musicians, come armed with a guitar.
I do, indeed.
Would we be able to hear something off potentially the new album?
Be my pleasure.
Yeah. Obviously, this isn't professionally mastered or mixed or anything like that. It is in the raw, but just a little snippet of something would be beautiful.
So this is a song called Traveler's Bliss. I'll give you a snippet. We'll go the first verse and then a bit of the pre-chorus. A red dusty road this morning, I'm a traveling soul for the next few days. And my face reflects the aura I feel. We chase the sunrise, painting pink among the clouds with an orange haze. With the taste of sea salt in the wind, my return to times like this, far from home, where comfort's missed. I'll always long for the taste of traveler's bliss. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That sounded great.
Thank you.
It sounded like something you may have written on the road.
Yeah, it was. It was in Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wrote that song as I was travelling up to Noosa with my partner, and
Brilliant.
yeah, hence the opening lyric, Red Dusty Road this morning.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, look, I can't wait to hear the rest of it and the produced version and the rest of the album.
Thanks, Martin.
Nick Herbison, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.